Hollywood. It was after I did Coach Carter, and I saw Eddie Murphy and Johnny Gill Tunkus.
In the glitzy world of Hollywood, where fame and fortune often come with hidden costs, Eddie Murphy's name has long been synonymous with comedic genius and blockbuster success. From his early days on Saturday Night Live to starring roles in iconic films like Beverly Hills Cop and Coming to America, Murphy's career has been a masterclass in navigating the entertainment industry's highs and lows. Yet, beneath the surface of his carefully crafted public persona, whispers and rumors have swirled for decades, painting a far more complex picture of the man behind the laughter. Recent claims from his ex-wife, Nicole Murphy, and others close to the industry have reignited conversations about Eddie's personal life, his rise to fame, and the shadowy dynamics of power and influence in Hollywood. These revelations suggest that Murphy's success may have been shaped not just by talent, but by strategic alliances and personal compromises that few outside the industry's inner circles could imagine. The story begins in the late 1980s when Eddie Murphy, already a rising star, began a relationship with Nicole Mitchell. Their romance moved quickly, blossoming into a high-profile marriage that seemed to embody the Hollywood dream. They welcomed their daughter Bria and went on to have 4 more children, building a family that appeared to thrive despite the pressures of fame. To the public, Eddie and Nicole were a power couple, balancing successful careers with a growing family. But behind closed doors, their relationship was far more complicated. By the time they announced their divorce in 2005, the cracks in their marriage had become impossible to ignore. Nicole later spoke about the challenges of being married to a superstar like Eddie, hinting at a lifestyle that was chaotic, unpredictable, and at odds with the family-oriented image they projected. According to Nicole, Eddie's life was steeped in Hollywood's nightlife, a world of late-night parties, exclusive gatherings, and encounters that went far beyond innocent socializing. She described a side of Eddie that few fans saw, a man deeply immersed in a scene where boundaries were blurred and personal choices often clashed with public expectations. Nicole's claims suggest that Eddie was not just enjoying the perks of fame, but was entangled in a web of relationships and behaviors that challenged his carefully curated image as a charismatic, heterosexual leading man. Among the most startling allegations were stories of Eddie's interactions with male celebrities and transgender escorts, encounters that allegedly took place at private events hosted by some of the industry's most powerful figures. These revelations painted a picture of a man living a double life, balancing his public persona with private desires that he worked hard to keep hidden. One figure who looms large in this narrative is Sean Combs, better known as Diddy, a music mogul whose influence extends far beyond the recording studio. Diddy's empire has long been a force in entertainment, with connections that span music, film, and fashion. Rumors have circulated for years that Diddy played a pivotal role in Eddie's rise, offering him access to exclusive circles where deals were made and careers were shaped. According to insiders, Diddy's parties were legendary, not just for their star-studded guest lists, but for their anything-goes atmosphere. At these gatherings, traditional notions of masculinity were reportedly set aside, and attendees were encouraged to explore aspects of themselves that they might otherwise keep hidden. For Eddie, these events were allegedly more than just a chance to network. They were a gateway to the kind of influence and support that could elevate a career to new heights. Nicole's claims suggest that Eddie's relationship with Diddy was more than just professional. She implies that Eddie made personal compromises to secure Diddy's backing, participating in activities that aligned with the mogul's expectations. This dynamic raises questions about the nature of success in Hollywood, where talent is only part of the equation. Power, connections, and the willingness to navigate unspoken rules often play an equally significant role. For Eddie, aligning with Diddy may have meant embracing a lifestyle that conflicted with his public image, creating a tension that would eventually spill over into his personal life. The idea that Eddie bent over for Diddy, as Nicole put it, is more than a provocative statement. It's a window into the complex interplay of ambition, loyalty, and secrecy that defines much of the entertainment industry. The rumors about Eddie's private life are not new. As early as the 1990s, speculation about his sexuality began to surface, fueled by incidents that captured public attention. One of the most infamous occurred in 1997, when Eddie was pulled over by police in West Hollywood in the early hours of the morning. In the car with him was Addison Seuli, a young transgender escort. The incident made headlines, with media outlets and tabloids speculating about what Eddie was doing with Sayuli at such an hour. Eddie was quick to respond, insisting that he was simply being a good Samaritan. He claimed that his wife and children were out of town, and he had gone to a newsstand to find something to read. Seeing Sayuli, who appeared distressed, he offered her a ride home out of kindness. According to Eddie, he had no idea she was transgender and was simply trying to help someone in need. Despite his explanation, the incident sparked intense scrutiny. Many questioned why a superstar of Eddie's stature would be out at 4 a.m. picking up a stranger in an area known for its nightlife. Critics argued that his story didn't add up, pointing to the improbability of a celebrity taking such a risk without an ulterior motive. The scandal might have faded, but it left a lingering cloud of doubt. Years later, transgender activist Octavia St. Laurent brought the incident back into the spotlight, accusing Eddie of living a double life. She claimed that he maintained a public image as a straight, macho star while privately engaging with transgender women. Octavia's accusations went further, suggesting that Eddie was ashamed of these relationships and went to great lengths to keep them secret, even from those closest to him. Her comments reignited debates about authenticity and the pressures of maintaining a public persona in an industry that often demands conformity. The 1997 incident was not the only source of speculation. Rumors about Eddie's close relationships with other men, particularly R&B singer Johnny Gill, have persisted for decades. Stories circulated that Eddie and Johnny were more than just friends, with some claiming that Johnny lived in a guest house on Eddie's property during the height of their friendship. Nicole reportedly found this arrangement challenging, as it blurred the lines between friendship and something more intimate. After Johnny's breakup with a girlfriend in 2005, she publicly commented on the strange nature of his relationship with Eddie, adding fuel to the rumors. More recently, an individual known as Flash, who claimed to have attended Diddy's exclusive parties, alleged that he witnessed Eddie and Johnny sharing a passionate kiss at one of these events. This eyewitness account lent credibility to long-standing speculation, making it harder to dismiss the stories as mere gossip. Eddie's public response to these rumors has often been to deflect with humor. In his stand-up routines and interviews, he has made jokes about gay people and transgender individuals, a tactic some believe was designed to downplay speculation about his own life. By poking fun at the rumors, Eddie could present himself as unbothered, steering the conversation away from serious scrutiny. This strategy is not uncommon among celebrities who face questions about their personal lives. Humor can serve as a shield, allowing public figures to address rumors without confirming or denying them outright. However, for some, Eddie's jokes only deepened the suspicion that he was hiding something. His comedy often included harsh stereotypes, which contrasted sharply with the private behaviors described by insiders. Beyond the rumors about his sexuality, there have been whispers about other aspects of Eddie's private life. Some sources claim that he enjoyed wearing lingerie, a detail that stands in stark contrast to his public image as a tough, masculine star. This revelation, if true, adds another layer of complexity to Eddie's story, suggesting a man grappling with conflicting aspects of his identity. In Hollywood, where image is everything, such personal choices could be seen as risky, potentially threatening a career built on a specific brand of charisma. Yet, according to those close to him, Eddie was skilled at keeping these parts of his life hidden, maintaining a facade that allowed him to thrive in the public eye. Nicole Murphy's decision to speak out about her experiences has brought these stories into sharper focus. Her revelations are not just about personal grievances, but about the toll of living with a partner whose life was so deeply entangled in Hollywood's hidden world. For Nicole, the rumors, the late-night parties, and the constant speculation were more than just tabloid fodder. They were a daily reality that strained her marriage and her sense of self. When she and Eddie divorced, the public narrative focused on their irreconcilable differences, but Nicole's recent comments suggest that those differences were rooted in far more than conflicting schedules or career demands. The presence of figures like Johnny Gill and the influence of Diddy's circle created a dynamic that was difficult, if not impossible, to sustain.